Blog Talk Radio.
Archangels, ghosts, and Bigfoot, oh my. It's just another night for Supernatural Girls. Real stories, real answers to life's biggest supernatural mysteries. And now for another exciting interview with paranormal experts from this world and others. Here's your host, paranormal researcher Patricia Baker, on the one, the only, Supernatural Girls.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Supernatural Girls Radio. I am your host, Patricia Baker, and I'm here with my co-host, who is actually the guest tonight, Patricia Kirkman. PK, how are you?
Absolutely thrilled to be here as the guest for a change.
You are the guest of honor
tonight.
I know. Well, everybody wants to know what's coming up in their lives. So this has been a few years of just tumultuous things going on, and now we're going into a new year just within a few weeks. So people have been asking, what's going to happen? So you had suggested, out of the goodness of your heart, that you would do free readings for people. So I'm just going to announce the phone number again if people don't have it already. It's 563-999-3539, 563-999-3539. So you can call in with any questions you have for PK, and also for her to do a reading for you. All she needs is your first name and your birthday. So that's all she needs, and she can tell you what to expect, what's coming up. So I can't wait to hear what you're going to tell everybody. And then you're also going to give us a little bit of a lowdown on the whole year ahead for everybody. So we are ready to rock and roll here. We are ready. So I wanted to let everybody know a couple things. One is, if I sound funny, it's because my throat's funny. I just had this weird sore throat that came out a couple days ago. It's now going away, but my voice does feel different, somewhat strained. So I'm really glad that you're taking the wheel tonight, PK. So anyways, I am so happy to hear everything you have to say about numerology. But before we start, I also wanted to share with everybody, we are going to be moving to an hour segment. So we used to do 90 minutes, which was a great amount of time to provide terrific information for everybody. But attention spans are getting shorter, and we are going to just move it to 60 minutes every week. Now, we're going to maintain our same beginning time, which is 7:30 Eastern, and so it'll just be 7:30 to 8:30 every Wednesday night. Now, this is going to be our last show of the year because now we're coming into the holidays, Christmas, New Year's, so we are going to be taking a bit of a break. I will post some of our stellar shows so you can listen to any of them, but I will post a couple of suggestions for next week and the following week. And then we'll be back in January with a whole new schedule of topics and guests and all kinds of great things. And if you have a guest that you want us to interview, please let us know, because we're always open to new ideas and new suggestions. Also, this is the month you have to get your house in order about property taxes. So, I've been over this before, but I'll say it again. You need to check your property record card. Make sure it's accurate. And if it isn't accurate, you need to correct everything with your assessors now, because once they start taxing you on this, if you do not follow the protocol, which is intense, you've got to meet deadlines, you've got to follow through with possible court appearance. I mean, you want to make sure you've got everything straightened out before that happens. So check your property record card. Your assessors can provide you with a copy at no charge. You can go through it, and you can make sure everything's accurate because, excuse me, you may be charged for buildings you don't have on your property, square footage you don't have in your building, you need to make sure everything's right. That is your responsibility, not the assessor's. So make sure it's correct. And my partner in crime on this, attorney Patricia Quintillion, has written a great book, Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. I highly, highly, highly recommend this book. You can buy it on Amazon. It is a little bit out of date, but the procedures are all the same. So you can find out exactly what to do. You can also read the horror story chapter where you can hear what happened to other people who weren't paying attention. Now, a lot of people don't pay attention to their property tax bill because it's rolled in with their mortgage. So when they get an increase in their mortgage bill, they just think their mortgage went up. Come to find out, for many people, that's not the case. The case is that your property tax bill went up. So you need to find out. And if you don't, it's on you, and you're going to be paying money you probably don't owe. So get a hold of that book, Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. And also, so many sightings lately. I keep saying this, but I can't stop saying it because it's amazing. So many UFO sightings lately. So many being documented on video and also just still photographs. It's amazing what people are documenting every single day about these sightings. Also, Bigfoot. I have never seen so many video captures of Bigfoot as I have in the last 6 months. It's happening in so many different parts of the country, and a lot of these video captures are super clear. And I don't think a lot of them are fake. I think a lot of them are for real. So anyways, we're going to have some cryptid experts coming back on the show to talk about this and why this is happening now. Why is Bigfoot showing him or herself now more than ever before? There's something going on. We know the veil is thin. That's not enough of an explanation to tell us why this is happening. So, again, this will be part of our new shows coming up next year. So, PK, I know you have had phone calls and you have had emails from people that wanted you to take a look at their names and also their birth dates for them. So do you want to start there?
Well, excuse me. The first thing I want to let everyone know is our first name is our physical self, where we live, where we work, what we do. And so I'm going to look at the first name, but if I were to do the entire name, it would add additional information, but we're not going to go to that extent tonight because we want to make sure that we give everybody a sneak peek of what's going to be going on for them. So
right.
If they have any questions, all they have to do is call in. We'll be happy to take a look at it. But I had, excuse me, this is that's what I have to start. You with the sore throat, me with the tonight.
I hope I didn't pass it on to you. I'm not close enough to do that.
I hope you didn't. You're not contagious, are you?
Shouldn't be with me here in the Berkshires and you out in Tucson. No.
That's right. But if this is cold here, I'll tell you. I had a cold snap, and it is not pretty. We on the freeze alert the last 2 days. Oh yes,
freeze alert in Tucson.
Yes, believe it or not.
Oh.
And we've had snow in the mountains here. Yes, it's very pretty, but not what I want to deal with. Yeah, for sure.
No, none at all. Well, we're supposed to get 2 feet, so they're wrong as usual. Gosh. We'll see.
I hope I'll pray that they're wrong for you.
Yes, thank you.
But
thank you so much.
We've got our Mount Lemon is closed right now. People can't get up to it because of the snow.
Wow.
At Oracle, which is just a short distance, maybe I think 10, 15 miles from here, my friends with the kids so they could play in the snow yesterday.
Oh my goodness!
So
that is so crazy.
As the world turns, right?
As the world turns faster and faster. Oh my goodness! Yes. Yes.
But one of the things that I'd like anyone that wants to call in, all I'm going to ask them for is their first name and their month and day of birth. That I won't embarrass anybody by going into anything personal so that, anyone can get uptight about it. If you have questions, you can always send me an email later. I'll be happy to take a look at things for you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So what we're taking a look at right now, December is a 9 universal month. So it is a month of ending old things to make way for the new to take place. And that being said, it's a good time to take care of anything that needs to be done. And our month is soon to be over, but we've got enough time. If you need to make an appointment for anything or whatever, anytime we deal with the 9 month, it's a good time to get rid of things that no longer we want to carry with us into the new year. And it's a very optimistic time. There's going to be, a lot of things taking place. But the most important thing is that whatever arises this month can be put into place and dealt with. And it will be a great time to conclude things in anything that you want to get rid of, whether it's emotions, highs and lows are going to be ongoing with what's going on economically as well as personally and whatever. So we all have to take a look at all that stuff. So we can put that aside for right now and know that it's there, but let's take a look at what's going to happen personally, the good stuff. I had a young lady call in.
Wait, before you go there, I do have a question. Now, we've been having a lot of chaos and in the last year. And what you've described as back and forth, like the pendulum swings one way, then it swings another way. And what about for the rest of December? What do you see? Do you see more of the same, or do you see it settling down?
It's not going to settle down. December is a month of ending old things. So what some people may consider a trauma because of what's taking place, look at it as an ending to get rid of, to eliminate. It's also a time when we can be very creative about things because the 9 deals with our expression of things, but it's also a perfect way to deal with our spiritual side. There's a lot of nice things that can come out of 9. The end so that we can have a beginning come January, thank goodness, because this year has not been exactly the best for a lot of people. No question about it.
Right.
But the 9 months gives us time to evaluate, take a look at, and it's a 3 calendar month. And 3s are always kind of a magical number because they can manifest, they can grow, they can create nice things for us. So although it is a 9 month, it still has a lot of creativity to it. And 9 is what we do for the world at large by being compassionate and caring. We have a lot of that ongoing. So what's been going on in the past, it's a chance to kind of clean out the closet, let the stuff get out of the way that is no longer necessary. It's a great month to get rid of any unresolved issues that can be understood. Conclude what you can. Heal what you want to, because we can heal ourselves if we take a look at the right directions that are possible for us to open. Emotions are going to be very high and also very low when the 9 is around. It's kind of like it's a pendulum. It's going to go both ways. But because the emotion ongoing can be very honest with not only what's happening around us, but it gives us a chance to be honest within ourselves. Sometimes we forget we have to trust that little voice inside us. We get answers, but we always go, oh, that can't be us. That's got to be somebody else. Yeah, it's us, too. Take a look at what's available. There's magic if you want it to be, or it can be as terrible as you think it's going to be if you allow it. Look for the best of what's going on.
I mean, it's interesting because you're talking about cleaning out old stuff, and all of a sudden this month I've had this upsurge in clients that have contacted me that want to get back into therapy with me or do more dream analysis, that they're looking for answers. So I think they're on track with what you're talking about because all of a sudden they're calling up, and I haven't heard from some of these people in years, and they're saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, I really need to get to the bottom of these things. So maybe they are totally right on the money with what they want to do now.
We're getting it. We just don't know we're getting it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Absolutely.
I had a young lady send me her information. Sorry, my throat's acting out now. Darn it. Her name is Jane.
I swear I didn't give it to you.
You must be contagious. Don't do it again.
Okay.
Young lady.
So what's happening with Jane? Okay.
And her birth month and day is 8/22. By looking at her month and day, it tells me that this young lady is going through issues this year because it's been a universal 6. I'm going to give you a quick lesson here that might help everybody a little bit as we go. But our month and day of birth added together, reduced to a single number, and this universal year has been a 6. When we add them together, it gives us our information. So her month and day added together become a 3 with the universal 6, puts her in a 9 year this year. So she's been going through a lot of trauma throughout this year, unable to get things going. Looking at her name, Jane, it tells me that she's always concerned about what's just and fair, but her first vowel, first consonant, tell me she's extremely sensitive. So this has not been a good year for her because 9 in things that we can't control. It's like driving the bus downhill and somebody's got the brakes. But she's going into a 1 year as of January. So it's going to be about fresh starts, new beginnings. It's going to give her a major change in a very positive way. Now, without having the full given birth name, I don't know if she's got any issues with either of those numbers. And that's going to be the case with anyone we read for tonight because we're just dealing with the month and day of birth. If we want to look deeper into things, we'd have to take a look at the complete name. But Jane is very concerned about what's just and fair, and I know that she's overly sensitive. And with that being said, and in a 9 year, it's been a very difficult year for her to go through. So, Jane, the best thing you could look for is knowing that as of January, you're going to start to become a new duck. You're going to feel 100% better. By the end of the month, meaning January, you're going to feel like you've finally got the key to the kingdom. Doors are going to start to open. You're going to feel more in tune with who you are and what's going on around you. And it's going to make you feel that your issues about justice and fairness are going to come to the surface, and you're going to be able to handle them in a much better, much calmer way than you've even expected. So, Jane, good luck, because there's some nice things coming. This has not been a pretty year, but what's coming up is great.
Oh, God, what a relief for her, huh?
Oh, that's for sure. That is for sure. And anyone that has issues in a 9 year, 9 is never pleasant, but it does conclude a lot of old stuff to make way for some new beginnings, and that's the best part of the 9, completion. Those that take the 9 year and use it as, we'll say, the Mother Teresa's of the world, their 9 is not as problematic, but they will still have issues nonetheless. Mm-hmm. So I hope that helps. So if you add your month and day of birth together and reduce it to a single number and know that this has been a universal 6, add the 2 together, that will tell you what your personal is. And if you want more confirmation on it, give us a call and we'll take a look at it for you.
Yeah, excellent. Well, Jane's got some very positive things coming her way, so all is good. Only a few weeks to survive until then. So that's very good.
Well, the nice part about it is she has a 23-5 destiny number. So she has been able to deal with some major changes across the board over the years. So her 9 is not necessarily as bad as some of the others may be, or as fruitful as sometimes she'd like it to be, because she does things in a hurry. But I also had a phone call from Rebecca, and Rebecca has an 8/18 birthday. So that being said, Rebecca has been in a year dealing with family issues, and it's also, she's in a 6th year. The 6th year gives her opportunity to look into alternative things, alternative health, perfect in the 6th year. She's also had the opportunity to deal with family issues and family things that will enhance her world. And because of the way her name is configured and the spelling of her name, she has a 24/6 destiny. So she's always been concerned about family issues, and wanting things to be perfect. She needs to learn to allow things to be the best they can be not the best she thinks they're supposed to be.
Oh, big difference,
anything to deal with. Oh, yeah. Anything to deal with alternative medicines, alternative health in any fashion will be very good for her. But she's also very interested in what goes on where the home is concerned. Anything to deal with decorating, yard work, any of that type of thing. She's always drawn towards that type of thing. And she would do it very well, which is always so
that
nice.
That would be like a therapy for somebody like that, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. Most definitely. Anytime she can do things of that nature, it's just like pulling the rabbit out of the hat. There's something special coming because of it. And that nice part, this year has been a lot of issues about family, but not necessarily negative issues or anything like that. It's about pulling the family together, maybe more gatherings of getting togethers of issues that need to be maybe taken a good look at. What can we offer the family? What more can we do with the family? But anytime I can see her wanting to get together with potlucks for the family to get together, this type of thing, because she likes to do things together, not do it all by herself.
Okay.
And that makes it
so
a lot
family
easier
gatherings
for her.
are a kind of a healing and important. And, I wonder how many of us actually do celebrate our gatherings, our families together. Sometimes it's so obligatory that we miss the point of why we're getting together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's good that she has some opportunities there. I know, really.
That's the nice thing about it. We forget it's okay to reach out and to bring people into us. We want things to be perfect. But the part is, with this time frame, wanting to help others is great, but at the same point in time, don't put ourselves in a position where we're meddling in other people's affairs. That's what we have to be careful of. When it's dealing with family type situations, we're going to fix it. We haven't been invited in. Don't offer to fix it unless you're asked. Otherwise, it comes back as you sticking your little fingers in their pie, and it creates a major issue. Just something to think about.
And that is no fun at all. I've been there. I've done that. So, yeah. So it's good to keep your mouth shut. I think we all have at different times. Sometimes
it's so hard when we can see an answer for someone and they can't see it yet. It's because they're not supposed to see it yet. But we want to
they're not ready.
As soon as we try to fix it, oh boy.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Fix
and
that
then
one
we're the
really
bad
well.
guy. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
You notice that.
I have noticed. I'm old enough to have noticed.
Makes two of us, dear. Makes two of us.
Really? Really?
Yeah. And I had a call from Janet, and her birthday's 5/11. And she is a real hoot. She's concerned about what's just and fair. She's overly sensitive. Sorry, Janet, but you are. And you take and analyze everything to death. Allow it to be okay. We don't have to fix it unless we're asked to fix it. That's one of the issues that we get involved in. But she's been in a 4-year, and the 4 years says, I've got to do all the work. I've got to do all the work myself. And it's right, they do. They have to take it. It's building a strong foundation. That's what she's been doing all year. If you build a strong foundation, and the fact that she's overly sensitive, she's carrying this backpack saying, everybody's leaving you with all this to cover. But it's a good learning tool for her, and it's the best of times. She has probably accomplished more when it comes to physical things this year than in ages, because it's to do the work, put it all in order, and get it done. But she's going into a 5-year as of this point in time, and the 5-year is all about major changes. There's a luck factor that goes with the 5-year, and it gives us opportunity to really reevaluate all the work that we've just done, and maybe maybe that house that she's been working on might want to go up for sale right now, and she can make a lot more out of it because she is in that 5-year. 5, with that luck factor, has a lot of possibilities. But the 5 that she's going into also says, get it, do not drive too fast, pay attention to how you drive, because 5 deals with speed, doing it in a hurry. Everything is for the quick fix. Where she goes from the 4-year, everything down and dirty, by the book, very basic. Now all of a sudden, pedal to the metal, and away she wants to go. So she's going to have to watch that bump in the road, shall we say. Now, the 5 gives us a luck factor. So this is the kind of year, if there's a lottery going on of some sort, I'd put my few pennies in it and see what it can come back with. You never know.
No.
You never know when you're going to win.
5 is a big change number, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Like change everywhere on all fronts.
Everywhere. Uh-huh. It has a luck factor that goes with it, but it makes people, 5 is speed. 5 is doing things in a hurry, but it's also creating things that are different. A person that might ordinarily be a very much of a plain Jane, all of a sudden their 5-year hits and they're coming out with this little tutu, and you're going, whoa, what happened to you? Because we want to experiment. We want things that are different. And that's the 5, that's why the speed starts it, and major changes ongoing. And we can't wait to do things differently or better. You know, 5,
wow.
with that luck factor with it, it's, well, you can, somebody said, I was in this one store, and they had all these beans to count that's in a container. She said, I can't believe it. I would. And I said, how did you do it? And she said, I came up with 940 beans, but there were 939. But since I was the closest to it, I won the prize.
Oh, my goodness. How exciting.
You just
940 beans. Oh, my gosh.
You're not going to stand there and count them in front of the counter, that's for sure.
No. Oh, my God. That is hilarious.
Deal with a lot of good things. And also had a call from Deborah. Now, Deborah is a very sensitive soul, and she needs to pay attention to reality. Deborah is a 9 personality. 9 deals with a lot of drama, but it's not the year that she's also in that year, but she herself is also a 9 personality.
Wow,
so she
double.
has to really, it's really important for her to pay attention to reality. Things are not as she sees them to be. She needs to take a good look at what's taking place and how to take place with it. That 6th year that she's been in makes her want everything to be perfect, but she has to allow it to be the best it can be, not the best she thinks it's supposed to be. And she's going into a 7-year, and a 7 year is an excellent year to go into therapy or to take a good look at our inner self, our spiritual side, as well as the learning and teaching of who we are and who we want to be. So that being said, she's got to pay more attention to not living in drama, but living in reality. Nothing is as she sees it, or seems to be as she sees it.
Now, when you say that, what do you mean by that? I mean, it's not as she sees it, so she's seeing it how? Can you tell by the numbers?
Well, what I'm picking up more than anything else, the first vowel, first consonant, puts her is a 9 personality. 9 deals with drama. It deals with the theater. It deals with artistic. It deals with all aspects there. But it also deals with the fears and fantasies of the inner self. And it's important that she deal with reality of what's really ongoing, not what she assumes is ongoing. Does that make sense?
Well, let me ask you another question then. Does that mean that her inner fears and however she is perceiving things gets projected out into the reality around her? So whatever she has on the inside is getting projected out, and she thinks it's real on the outside, but it isn't. It's what's going on inside of her. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to see what's real. Because she's frightened of what she assumes without paying attention to what is.
Oh, interesting. Okay. You know, it's kind of like what I tell my clients who are screenwriters, because, I have a bunch of screenwriters I represent and authors, and I always tell my screenwriters when they start having a fit Put the drama on the page. I don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Keep it on the page. That's where the drama belongs. So I know that they laugh when I say it, so I think it gets through. But it's a very important point. It's, for people who tend to be that way because they are so creative. I think it comes from a tremendous creative self, and they need that outlet. Whatever it is, whether it's writing a screenplay, a book, or singing, or dancing, or whatever it is, but it has to be in some form that makes sense. So that's what I tell them. Keep it on the page.
It's a lot safer on the page.
It really is.
Yeah. Well, I think the hardest thing for us to pay attention to, and of course, what we're looking at here is a very minute section of what a numerology chart actually involves, because we're only working with the first name. Every letter of our name lasts for so many years, and every letter has its own impact on us. So when we take a look at what our birthdays are, the numbers that we're working with there, every letter deals with a specific year, for how long it lasts, etc. But we've got all these different things that we're balancing. It's like being on a teeter-totter. Sometimes you are lucky enough to be in the middle, but most generally you're either the bottom end or the top end. And when you go from the top to the bottom, there's that boost bump that goes along with it. So nothing is easy. It's all as we take a look at it, or as we would like it to be. Doesn't always work that way. But it's interesting to see how we can look at every aspect of things. We had a question here from Robert, and he is in a 9-year where he's been wrapping up a lot of old things, making way for what's going to take place. But the new year does not start until January. And for him, this 1 year is going to make such major changes in attitude, in outlook, in how he handles what's going to be going on around him. He's extremely sensitive, but he has a vision inside him. His destiny is a 25/7. He's a teacher. He is able to explore and to look into things that the average person does not necessarily see. And that's very important to him, because he's going to be going into an area where creative side is going to become a brand new way of being. It's like putting your hand into a grab bag and you're going to come out with all these different opportunities and ideas, but he's going to do something with it that's going to make him feel a bit cloud-like. It's going to be above the norm that he's been used to. And it's going to be very interesting for him. It's going to give it's fresh. It's a new beginning in ways that he hasn't even thought of yet. And I know that this last year has been very difficult, but there's some really good things coming for him.
That's very exciting.
Most definitely. It's, we forget that we've got so many opportunities. If we were to look at how we take a look at things, every year, every month changes, every day changes. And every letter of our name lasts for so long. In your case, in my case, the first letter of our name is a P.
Right.
P lasts for 7 years. It keeps us kind of quiet in the beginning. We're always trying to reevaluate what we see and what we think we see. There would have been difficulty sleeping for us, difficult for them to be able to, anything to deal with health or healing could be very problematic for us in the beginning years. How was that for you?
Yeah, I can agree to all of that. Yeah.
But then if we looked at that, but then we would take a look at our personal year, because that comes from our month and day of birth. So we've got that going on with the letter of the name that we're working with and all these aspects. And it gives us a lot of things to really not only look at, but also to think about.
Well, we need that, because that is such, your name is so personal, and it You know, if it's directing you inside to things about yourself, that's valuable information. That's really valuable.
It makes us stop and think whether we want to or not. And that's that. You know, the funny part, excuse me, the funny part of all this is we have pets. We name our pets. We don't even stop to think that pet's name has an effect on how that pet is and how that pet will act or react. You ever think about that?
You know, I have. In fact, I want you to do Phoenix's numbers for me. So we'll do him next after you finish with Robert. So what else with Robert? Is there anything else you can tell him about? Because it sounds like he's going to be involved in something really spectacular that's going to work out better than he ever thought it would. And it's going to give him a whole new perspective on life. So that's fantastic stuff.
If I said that he was going to acquire a new personality, would that make sense?
Wow.
Because
like a whole new him.
Well, in a way, yes, because what he's always worked on or done in the past, that door is closing. As of the first of the year, that door is closed. He is a brand new duck. He's got a clean slate in front of him. His mind is going to all the things he thought of doing, wanted to do in the past, but now he's going to put pen to paper, put himself into a position where he's going to start making those things happen. And I had somebody say to me, well, I'm older than I wanted to be to do these types of things. Age has nothing to do with what the mind can put out there for you. Because you've thought of some of these things in the past. I think that's one of the things with Robert. He is a perfectionist. He wants things perfect. And so he may talk himself in and out of stuff. But the most important thing is to remember that what he's now putting out there is going to be his brand new beginning for the next 9 years of his life.
Wow.
He's got some great opportunities coming. But
isn't that great?
Yeah, that 3 birth months tells me that he's always been very creative. He's got great ideas. But he has a 25-7 destiny. And that 7 is the teacher as well as the student in this lifetime. But it also deals with things that are different or putting things out there to get the attention of other people to take a look at what's really going on and what's really happening. Open door.
Well, he's got a great path ahead of him then.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And I think the most important thing is because he's been in a 9-year, it's like carrying this backpack for the last couple of years, for the last few months. And as he crosses into the new year, put the backpack down. Don't carry it any further. It has served its purpose. It's done everything you've needed it to do. But you have other jobs to do yet, and you can't do it if you keep carrying the same backpack.
That's right. Especially if it's something brand new like this. Gosh.
Definitely. All he has to do is open the door and embrace it because it's right there.
Wow.
And he's got people that are willing to help him, too. And that's the best part because he does have help. He's going to be put in a position where he has to do it on his own, but he has those beside him that will encourage him to do the things that he needs to do, and then he's going to be off and running. That's the best part about it.
Cool. Well, good news, huh? That's really good news.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of people who texted me while we were talking. People are so shy today; they don't want to call in anymore. So, anyways, this person is Brian, Brian. Birth date September 28th, 1956.
Okay. Well, Brian is. I'm picking up some issues here. Very interesting, Brian. You are a very independent soul. You really like to do things in your own way, and that's very interesting at times. And this has been a year of some changes ongoing around you, and they're very you're a very sensitive soul. I keep picking up sensitivity around you. Let's see here. Yes. You have, I'm picking up something that deal with possibly some legal issues that have been ongoing around you. Doesn't necessarily have to be yours. It might be somebody close to you. But I'm picking up something to do with the teaching and or learning of things and possibility of some legalities going on around you. And you're getting ready to go into an 8 year. So I'm picking up that you've been working on something that's going to bust forth in this coming year and create some additional finances for you, possibly investment that might go very well, or doing something that's going to change where the investment is concerned. You're
good.
Always very sensitive. You feel everything. No question about that. I'm picking up something around you, issues with a father figure.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
And I think that has an impact on what and how you're going to handle the coming year, which is going to be very interesting because the coming year for you is going to be about your money and what you do with it and how you put it together. Take control of your own financial things if you can. Doesn't mean that you don't get good advice, but make sure that when you dot the I's and cross the T's, that it's your pen that you're using. I think that might be very helpful for Brian.
Okay. Well, that's good. So it sounds like he has some financial things to handle, and it could really be lucrative for him.
Very definitely. Pay attention. Most important is to pay attention to what he feels with what's going on, because he needs to be in control with what's taking place at this time. It'll make a big difference for him.
Good.
Yeah, I think that will work very well on his behalf.
Good.
And
I have anything else for him, or should we move on?
Well, is he? There's something about a female around him I'm picking up, and some issues that. Be cautious of what you believe or what you trust. Trust what your gut tells you first, and then go to the other.
Okay.
Don't know why I'm getting that. Okay? Maybe that might help a little bit.
Excellent. All right. Always follow your gut, everybody. You know that. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
God,
right.
For sure. That's all we've got.
I know. You know, it's funny. I remember we had a guest on who said something stupid. He said, never follow your gut. You know, I teach people how not to follow your gut. And that was the last time we had him on the air. Remember that? Because everybody was writing in going, who was that? What the heck are they talking about? And we were like, yeah, we were surprised to hear that, remember? And it was like, you know, that it just doesn't go along with what we know to be true. And we don't want to advise people in the wrong way. And we never are, you know, disrespectful to our guests. We honor who they are and what they are trying to say. But if it comes down to it, you know, and we can't support things like that, we don't have them back. It's that simple. So, okay, so here's somebody else who texted in. That's right.
Okay.
The name is Camela, Camela. Birthday 2/14.
No,
I don't have she didn't give me a year.
That's all right. I don't need it. But using the birth month as the birthday makes it 7. Okay, she's in a 4 personal year. This has not been an easy year. I'm picking up the possibility of some health issues or some health things that were worked on this year. But it's a year where she needed to, so we say, clean the closets and take care of all the basics of things to build a strong foundation. The need for, and she's a personality that likes things done just right or by the book. And this year has only magnified all of that information or that opportunity to do so. good way of handling things. Nice part coming up is there's going to be some major changes next year. Picking up something to do with travel around this individual coming up, or a major change.
Okay.
I'm picking up. Is there something involved? Well, is she still where you can talk with her? If something to do with property or something of that type?
I could find out. I don't know.
Just go with the assumption. It may be either some redecorating, revamping, or redoing of what she's been trying to put together all year that she'll make major changes of this coming year, which would quite interesting for her to take a look at with what's going to be taking place in the near future. Lots of change, though.
So what is her year then? What is her year number? Is she in a 5-year next year?
No, yes, she's going into a 5-year. She's in a 4 right now, where it's been all about the basics, building a strong foundation. And the stronger foundation that you build in the 4-year makes that 5-year, because the 5-year has a luck factor to it.
Right.
If we just take a quick look at some of the things, if they add their month and day of birth together and then add that to the universal 6th year that we're in right now, and we'll just take a look at for a person as they go through it. If a person's in a 7-year right now, then it would have to do with spirituality, teaching, learning, and or possibly even legal issues that need to be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
So all those things. A person that right now would be in a 1 personal year going into their trip. We'll just talk about the 1 year that they would be in right now. Their month and day of birth, they would end up in a 1 personal year. It's all about new beginnings and fresh starts and getting an opportunity to go forward. And if a person's month and day of birth added to this universal year makes it a 2, then this person is working in a partnership or with relationships and or might meet the love of their life this year, or may decide to get rid of the ex-love of their life in a year like this, because there's lots of changes but it deals with the personal side. And if it ends up that they end up with a month day where they end up in a 3 personal year, then they would want to socialize more this year. So if we take a look at the numbers, they're really very simple. To get a quick fix doesn't mean what's ongoing with other aspects of our life. But a 3 personality. Right. Do you want to say something, honey?
No, I'm just saying yes.
A person likes to be, in a 3, likes to be very social. And they've come up with all these great ideas, and they overspend too, by the way, when you're in a 3-year. 3-year and 5-year spend money like it's water going through their fingers.
Wow.
Sometimes they gain out of it as well, but that's the predominant. But if it ends up that they're in a 4 personal year, the key word, everything ongoing is about work-related issues. You know, like drag the bag, get it across the road, get things done, that kind of attitude.
Right.
And if a person is in a 7, they're looking for major change, but they're looking for something. Spirituality is strong, but so is anything dealing with the legal or the law. And when we deal with a 6, it's always about family type situations. I jump past that. But every number has its own value to it. And our given name shows us what letters we have or what numbers are involved in our life or what's missing. The missing numbers are where we end up dealing with our karmic issues.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, let me ask you a question about health issues, because I got a question that just came in about that. Is there a particular year that people go into that tends to manifest health issues?
Okay. A 4-year and a 7-year can deal with health issues. It doesn't necessarily mean they're negative. But if a 4-year deals with all aspects of the body, it deals with our general health. A 7-year are health issues that are usually difficult to find or more problematic. And 6 deals with alternative health. A 4 deals with basic health. So when we take a look at our personal year, and they're again taking a look at what particular number of the name that we're under, they may be in a 4 year, and the letters that they're working with will be enhanced to help that 4 not be a great major problem. There are other times when that 4 may be dealing with, say, a 7, so there could be a health issue, but because the 7 is undercurrent, shall we say, and difficult for them to figure out what the major problem is, that may be one of those issues where they have to take additional time to figure out what's really going on. It's not like, oh, you've got a cold, let's fix that. There's a cough, but nobody can figure out how come. So when we work with that, it makes a difference from that standpoint.
Okay.
If we were just to look at a basic number of what we'll say the personal aspect is for a person, if a person's in a 1 year, the key word I would look for would deal with their finances and things and getting a strong foundation to work forward. If they're in a 2, going into a 9, I would look for things dealing with humanity and things of that nature. In a 1, I would look for new beginnings and fresh starts. If they're dealing with a 4, partnerships, relationships, things of that nature, but basically it's the personal element of it. A 3 likes to socialize, and that's important to them. And socialization means that they're also very creative in how they handle things. But as we mentioned before, but we're talking about the 4 that a person was in, that's all about work. Work-related, whether you like it or not, it's kind of a down and dirty, and that's the way you've got to go with it.
Right.
Anytime you deal with the 5, it's all about major changes, personal changes, and things going forward. But 3s and 5s have a luck factor to it. So when you're in a 3-year or 5-year, I'd take a flyer on things because you stand a better chance of winning at that time than at any other, or making what you're working on go forward. And so working with the 6, it's all about family type stuff. You can't get away from it. You can't run away from it. They're there. You know, it's kind of like...
there they are, no matter what.
Yeah. Sure. But the 7 that we deal with, that deals with our spiritual side, but it also deals with the law. So it's funny when we look at different aspects of things, so we have to rework that. The 8 deals with our finances, and the 9 deals with humanity. But somebody was teasing me one time. They said, oh, you can't tell what's going on. I said, well, look at the house numbers. If you ever thought about that your house numbers have an effect on how you deal with a particular house or how it works with you. And it works somewhat just like the personal numbers do.
But we've got a question. Let me just take this caller, PK. I don't mean to interrupt. But we're running out of time since we're down to an hour, so let me take this caller. Hi, you're live on the air. Who's calling?
My name is Patricia. I'm calling
Another
from
Patricia.
Cleveland. Oh, okay.
Hi, Patricia.
Hi. I just happened to look to see what shows are available, and basically you're a numerologist, so I'd like to know what the year 2023, what year would that be? And do you need my birth date?
For you want personal information for you? Yes. What's your month and day of birth, dear?
Okay, it's 7/16/58.
Okay. All right. You have a 5 number here that we're working with, and we're going into a 7 universal year. So your personal year is going to be a 3. So you're going to be very creative this coming year. You'll be using your creative juices a lot more than you may have in the past. And it's going to give you opportunity to say some things that you'll go, oh, my God, did I really say that? Yes, you will, but it's okay because you're supposed to. And in a 3 year, you can get away with saying things. but there's also a luck factor that goes with it. So if you're so inclined to be taking a look at investing or things of that nature, of course, be cautious with who you use, but you stand a better chance of winning in the 3 year than at any other time. So I would certainly take a good look at that element of things because it puts you in a better situation. Is that
okay, are
sense?
you talking about financial? Are you talking about
yes.
Financially?
Financial,
okay.
Creative, all of the above.
Right.
A
yeah,
3 year.
I begin.
Now, that's what makes it nice because a 3 year makes us. Well, you're going to feel free to say things that you have kind of bitten your tongue about in the past. All of a sudden, you're going to, oops, did I really say that? Yes, you will. But it's okay because you'll be able to get away with it. And that makes it a little nicer and a little easier to work with.
Yes. Yeah, I started to study and develop my financial literacy, and I'm working on developing gifts and talents, but also skills. So I'm spread out, but yeah.
Your creative side is so good right now that you're going into, and it will look for, as of January, these doors opening up for you to be able to say and do the things that you've wanted to, but also to look at the creative side that's coming for you. It's going to give you opportunities that you don't have to bite your tongue all the time.
I'm
not
very
that
much
you do it that often anyway.
All right. Good. I'm looking forward to that. Well, thank you very much, and have a good evening.
Oh, you too, Patricia.
Welcome,
thanks for calling, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you.
It's that time again, isn't it?
I know it.
Amazing, isn't it?
Well, I know. My gosh. How did we come to the end of this show already? I'll tell you, an hour goes by really fast. I thought an hour and a half went by
yes, it does.
pretty fast, but this is, you definitely feel it with just 60 minutes on the clock. But I also I want to mention Lon Duquette's audiobook, My Life with the Spirits.
Mm-hmm.
It hit number 1 in its first week of release. Yes. My favorite book in the world is My Life with the Spirits. And you guys, if you're not readers and you like to listen to books on tape or whatever they call them now, Audible, then My Life with the Spirits is available. I highly, highly recommend it. It is fantastic. I hope someday we'll be making a deal for Lon with a production company to make a movie out of it. It's a great book. It's funny, and it's sweet, and it's just something you'll laugh out loud when you read. So, again, it's My Life with the Spirits. It's an Audible book, and it was produced by Tantor, and it's a great read, a great reader that did this one, so you like listening to the voice, which is so important. So, anyways, well, we want to wish everybody happy holidays, right?
Most definitely.
We want everybody to be safe, eat a lot of really great food, enjoy each other's company, and get ready for 2023. We hope it's going to be terrific for all of our audience members and beyond. I mean, we deserve a great year. We've had some tough times.
Oh, don't we really? That's for sure.
Yeah, and it's hopefully time to let go of the tough times so that we can really open our hearts to joy and have a wonderful time. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all the other holidays that go along with this time of year. We wish you the best, and we will see you in January with another great show.
Right.
And until then, we'll see you on the Blue Highway. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for another radio adventure with Supernatural Girl.